Please try to be regular in the class, Micah. Okay. See,
Sir, actually, I don't think so. I was absent.
yeah.
Can I just check, sir?
Okay, no worries. Okay. Hmm. So in the previous class, now, the chapter was almost finished. Few things are left to be discussed. So just let me give a quick recap of the things we learned in the previous class. Were you present
Okay.
while we were talking about concepts like this? Why petroleum is called as black gold?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Okay. See, petroleum is called as black gold. The reason being because first it is black in color. Another is that because of its high economic value, that is why petroleum is called as black gold. Getting it now? Petroleum is called as
Yes, sir.
black gold because of that reason. Right now. Okay. Furthermore, we were learning about uses of different products that we obtain from the refining of the petroleum. So the products were as follows: liquefied petroleum gas. We were present when we learned about fractional distillation of petroleum. In that class, I think you were present, right? Ms. Vaika? Were you present while we were learning about this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
fractional distillation? Okay, good.
Yes, I was
So in
there.
the good. So in the previous class, we did learn about the main components that we obtain from the refining of petroleum. So for example, we obtain liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas is being obtained from the top chamber of this refinery. This gas that you see over here, that is basically liquefied petroleum gas. There are so many uses of it. The main uses is it is used for the cooking purpose, right? Used as a cooking fuel. Apart from that, this is also used as a refrigerant. Okay. In the refrigerators, it is used. How it is used and what is refrigerant? So refrigerant is basically a chemical substance that can be used to keep or make things cold, right now. So in the
Yes, sir.
refrigerators, a chemical substance is used that keeps the refrigerator inside the refrigerator cool. So earlier we were using chlorofluorocarbon. In short, it is called as CFCS. CFCS, chlorofluorocarbons. So why we stopped using this as as a refrigerant? Reason being that it was responsible for depletion of ozone layer. So its use was banned in the year 1996. So this liquefied petroleum gas, it is used as a refrigerant also. It has replaced chlorofluorocarbon and nowadays it is being used as a refrigerant also. Got this now? So you have two main uses of LPG. One is of for cooking purpose, another it is used as a refrigerant also. Okay. Then we also know that chlorofluorocarbon gas, it leads to depletion of ozone layer and it is also responsible for global warming also. So it generates greenhouses effect. What happens now? Like uh, some gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, or chlorofluorocarbon, they are called as greenhouse gases. The reason being that,
Yes, sir.
see, the reason is that you like in winters now or in cold areas, how do they grow crops? Like if the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius, seeds of so many plants would not germinate. Right now, seeds requires the optimum
Yes, sir.
temperature in which it will germinate. So how will you provide that temperature? Like if you were to burn coal or petroleum, that will lead to pollution. Right now, that will lead to pollution. That will be expensive. So how do we keep this area cool? So we have covered this area with glass roof. So the sun's rays that would be falling on this glass roof now, so the glass roof will trap the heat of the sun's rays and thereby keep the inside of this area warm. And this is called as a greenhouse right now. Got this now? And this is called as a greenhouse. So
Yes, sir.
similar to the glass roof of this house, there are some gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, or chlorofluorocarbon gases. They act just like similar to this glass roof. Imagine them to be a glass roofs covering our earth, and they are trapping the heat from the sun's rays. They are trapping the heat from the sun's rays, thereby that will increase the temperature of the earth's atmosphere and that of the surface of the earth also, the temperature of land and water also. Thereby, that is also called as greenhouse effect. Got this stuff? There we stopped its usage. Yes, Aisha, how are you? Then, Vaika, we were learning about the composition of the liquefied petroleum gas. Like, as you guys know, uh, petroleum, it is made up of hydrocarbons. It contains different kind of hydrocarbons in it. Hydrocarbons are basically the compounds that are made up of hydrogen and carbon. Compounds made up of hydrogen and carbon are called as hydrocarbon. So there are different kind of hydrocarbons found in the liquefied petroleum gas. They are, for example, propane, butane, and pentane. The formulas are not important, so don't look at it. No need to pay attention to that. So
Okay, sir.
propane, butane, and pentane are the constituents of liquefied petroleum gas. Getting it now, Aisha and Vaika. And out of these three, butane is the main component of liquefied petroleum gas, that is around 50%. Then we did learned about this thing too also. Aisha will explain to us how we are going to detect the leakage of liquefied petroleum gas. If there's a leakage of LPG gas, how do we detect that? Yes, Aisha, I guess I'm audible to both of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How we detect liquefied petroleum gas leakage? How do you detect that there's a LPG leakage? Yes. I guess I'm audible now. Both of you turn your cameras on in the class. Aisha, should I repeat my question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my question was that how do we detect gas leakage, particularly LPG leakage? That there's a leakage of LPG gas. How do we detect that?
By use of cameras.
Use of cameras? No. Did I to, did I not told you that a chemical is added in liquefied petroleum gas? Actually, the thing is, na, liquefied petroleum gas is odorless. It does not have any smell. Why can please read the given paragraph? Vaika,
For
read the
me?
given, yeah,
Okay,
read
okay,
the
sir.
given paragraph.
Okay, sir. Ethyl mercaptan is added to the LPG because it possesses a strong odor. This smell helps us detect an LPG leak because it is an odorless gas and its leak can go undetected. The addition of ethyl mercaptan actually makes a lot of sense from a safety and security perspective.
Right now. So just imagine that if the company that is packaging the liquefied petroleum gas into these cylinders, if they were not to add this ethyl mercaptan in it, so if there is a gas leakage, it will go unnoticed. Right now, we can't detect it. And if someone were to light a matchstick or a lighter, then that will be a disaster situation. That will catch it will catch fire. So because LPG gas, it is odorless. It does not have any smell. So to make it detectable, ethyl mercaptan is added into it. Got this, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we did discuss these things also. Like there are some vehicles that would be having diesel engines, while uh, passenger vehicles like smaller vehicles like a car, it would be running on petrol engines most commonly. So why we are using diesel in the heavy vehicles? The reason being that the heavy vehicles have to pull more weights, so thereby it requires more force, more driving force is required in the heavy vehicles like this tractor, right now. So thereby diesel is used because diesel gives more driving force. Getting it now? And also diesel will generate more pollution, but since it gives more driving force, so thereby it is used. While in smaller cars, like in cars, diesel is not used because that much of driving force is not required in the petrol in the cars right now, because it does not have to pull too much of weight. Getting this now, both of you. Is that clear? So that is the reason why petrol
Yes,
is
sir.
used in the light vehicles and diesel will be used in the heavy vehicles. Then
So
we
can
will
you show the
learn
previous slide?
this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
Vaika.
Thank you.
Done? Okay, no worries. Then we were learning about uses of petrol. Aisha, tell us what are the two uses of petrol?
It's used for dry clean
Hmm. Dry
and
clean and
for vehicles.
for vehicles, right? And also it is used as a aviation fuel also. Right now, fuels used in aircraft, it is not purely made up of petrol, but petrol is mixed in that fuel also. So it is used as a aviation fuel also. Right now, so we did learn about that too. Okay. So earlier and in today also we can like earlier usually for dry cleaning petrol was used right now, but today another chemical is used usually. Anyways, then we learned about this PCRA organization also. So what is PCRA organization? Yes, Aisha, you explain this. We did learned about this in the previous class. Explain its role and what is its function. Ibrahim hasn't joined today. Yes, Vaika and Aisha, we did learn that Petroleum Conservation Research Organization, in short called as PCRA, it was set up by the government of India in the year 1978. It has this organization has been made for the following purposes. First of all, it acts as a think tank for the government. It acts as a think tank for the government, and thereby it will develop the policies, develop the strategies as to how government can use the petroleum reserves effectively, how the how it can be conserved, and how it can be used in such a manner that it lasts longer. So it would act as a think tank. Furthermore, it acts as an advisory body also, where it would be advising the normal citizens as to how they can minimize the wastage of petrol or diesel or other fuels. So, like when you are driving on a road, so if you can maintain the constant speed or moderate speed, that will save the fuel. Or when you are standing at a traffic light, thereby turn off the engines. Maintain right air pressure in the tire, because if the tires are not fully inflated, so thereby you would have observed the vehicle would move slow. Right now, getting it? You guys do
Yes, sir.
bicycling? You guys do cycling?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
what happens if like you are using such kind of tubes in that has to be filled with air? Normally there are two kind of tubes, one that has to be filled with the air and the another one that does not needs to be filled with air. So if you are using the first type of the tube, there if there is a air leakage, so thereby you won't be able to drive it faster. You won't be able to cycle faster. So right amount of pressure, air pressure is required in the tires. It should be maintained. While vehicle should be regular maintained also, regular greasing of the vehicle should be done. Regular servicing of the vehicle should be done. Right. Furthermore, this organization also creates awareness about the pollution caused due to burning of fossil fuel. Got this, no? So it is kind
Yes.
of it has got numerous functions to perform. Right now. So hope that is clear to everyone. Then we did solve these questions. So from here we are going to continue. You guys write the answers in the chat box quickly.
Okay, so
Now also see, we have learned like in the first question you have two options and both of them are correct, but one of them was used earlier. Nowadays we are using one product only. Okay, no? We have learned that in the first question, both of them were used, but one of them is
Yes, sir.
still being used while another one was earlier in use. Okay. Yeah, that is correct. Yes, why can I show your answer for the first one is correct. Answer the second one also.
Done, sir.
Done. Furthermore, we are going to discuss this topic why US has millions of leaking oil and natural gas. But I have just an urgent information coming from the Learnivio team. There's some kind of work going on there. Some students are giving tests, and there's some correction is required there. Okay, now so just give me 1 minute. Meanwhile, you guys read this paragraph. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Aisha, you read the given paragraph.
Researchers estimate that there are between 2-3 million abandoned oil and gas wells in the United States, and more than 117,000 of those across 27 states are orphaned, that is, uncapped, unproductive, and with no responsible party identified to manage leakage or pollution risks.
Okay. So researchers have estimated that there are about this much of abandoned oil and gas wells in the US states right now. Just I will be just back in 1 minute. Let me just complete the pending work. Just 1 minute. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So like like in the United States, there are so many there are probably millions of leaking oil and natural gas wells. The reason being that once the oil wells have been just 1 minute. I'm having an important call coming from the running. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry for that. Sorry for making you wait. See, yeah. Yes, Aisha, you there? So what are we saying that United States has millions of leaking oil and natural gas well. The question is that, like about probably 2 to 3 million oil gases and wells have been abandoned. The reason being is that once a oil well or once a natural gas well is no longer operational, so thereby they are being um, now they are unproductive. It is of no use. So thereby the contractors or the persons who were managing it, they would leave it abandoned. They would leave it abandoned, and thereby they will not kind of seal it properly. So thereby there would be leakage of oil or natural gas from
So,
it. Yes, Vaika.
so can you just repeat what you just said right now?
Yeah.
Because I got disconnected.
No worries. So what I was saying that about 2 to 3 million abundant oil and natural gas are found in United States. The reason being is that they have been left abandoned by the contractors, meaning that the peoples who were operating this oil and natural gas wells, they left it unsealed. They didn't seal it properly. Getting it now? So since these were now unproductive for them because they have used up majority of the oil, they have extracted majority of the oil and natural gas from that place. So thereby now they will now they left it unsealed, or they haven't sealed it properly. Getting it now? Thereby leakage of oil and gas would continuously take place from that, and that would lead to pollution in that area. Got this now? So that is one of the problem. I thought that you guys should know. Got this now? Then let us understand about the natural gases, what are its uses, right? So natural gas would be found right above the reserves of petroleum. It would be found right above the petroleum. So it would be obtained from the remains of tiny plants and animals that lived in the sea millions of years ago. As you can see in this image over here, that right above the petroleum, we have the natural gas. This gas is basically natural gas that is being taken out by the natural gas wells. So this is formed from the remains of tiny plants and animals that were living in the sea millions of years ago, right? This gas, when it is taken out, this gas would mainly contain of methane. What does this mainly contain? This mainly contains methane. Apart from methane, it would contain some a small amount of other gases also, like it would contain some amount of ethane or some amount of propane, or butane is also present in it. And recall what I have said, that most of the fuels, like particularly petroleum and this natural gas, they contain different types of hydrocarbons in them. So they have got methane, ethane, propane, butane, but the main composition of natural gas is methane. Only if you remember this much, that will be sufficient. Get this now? Getting this? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, this is being used as a fuel because it is highly inflammable. It will burn cleanly and does not produces any smoke, any gas whatsoever. Getting it? Huh? So this is a very clean fuel. Natural gas is a very clean fuel, and when it is burned, it gives good amount of heat. It gives good amount of heat and also does not leaves behind any residue, does not leave any ash, or does not produces smoke. Okay. Furthermore, this would be stored under. By the way, as you can look at this place over here, from this place, natural gas is coming out, and as you have like someone has lighted this place, so it has caught fire. So that is natural gas coming out of the ground also. Okay, normally this does not happen, but at some places it happens. So it is, furthermore, this natural gas would be stored under high pressure. It would be stored under high pressure, and then it will be called as CNG, that is compressed natural gas. And this compressed natural gas, nowadays you would have seen that, like if you happen to travel, like you have seen that there are CNG vehicles also, buses or taxis, cars, or like auto rickshaws, they are also nowadays operating running on the compressed natural gas. They are also running on CNG right now. So uh, it would be beneficial also, because since CNG is a very clean fuel, natural gas is a very clean fuel, so thereby we should encourage the use of CNG in the automobiles, in the vehicles, because it will reduce the pollution level. Right now, also recent studies have shown that the use of CNG in automobiles has brought down the pollution level, particularly in the cities like Delhi. The CNG has got a good role to play in bringing down the pollution. Getting this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I shall read the first paragraph.
Natural gas is a fossil fuel like other fossil fuels such as coal and oil. Natural gas forms from the plants, animals, and microorganisms that lived millions of years ago.
Hmm. More specifically, we would say that tiny plants, animals, and microorganisms that lived millions of years ago, right now, and it would be found in the rock formations deep below the surface of the earth, right? And also, as you have seen in this image, many times petroleum and oil would be found at the same place. It would be found at the same place, right? As you can see over here. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
The amount will vary, but usually it is found at the same place. Okay. Natural gas deposits are often found near oil deposits, and deposits of natural gas close to Earth's surface are usually dwarfed by nearby oil deposits. So, what do we mean by this? See, if deposits of natural gas is found close to the Earth's surface, it would be usually kind of decreased due to presence of oil deposit there. Like what will happen? Like again, with the help of this image, let us try to understand. It says that if the reserves of oil of if the reserves of natural gas is found really close to the surface of the earth, so why some seepage, why kind of some spaces, it will be kind of leaked into the atmosphere. Try to understand in this manner, like if this is the place where the gas is being found, so thereby this gas will be leaked into the atmosphere. As you can see this image, thereby you would be able to understand in a better manner. Like this is also a natural gas. So do tell me, this natural gas, is it found too deep inside the earth, or is it close to the surface of the earth?
Deep inside.
No, this one, since this is coming from the surface over here
Oh,
right
yes,
now,
sir.
so this should be right too close to the surface of the earth. So somehow, sometimes the natural gas can be leaked also. Usually we have to dug the oil wells, we have to do the drilling and then take it out, but sometimes that happens also. Okay, na? Okay. Why read the given paragraph?
Okay, so the first industrial extraction of natural gas was in New York State. In 1825, large drills are used to bore into earth and unlock natural gas from underground reserves. Pipelines then transport the fossil fuel to the end user. Natural gas is invisible, uh, has no odor, and is lighter than air.
And is lighter than air. Right now, so for the first time, where was it discovered?
New York.
In the New York, right now. So the first industrial extraction of natural gas was done in the New York state in the year 1825, right? So where large drills would be used to bore into the earth, and thereby now we can obtain the natural gas from the underground reservoirs. Underground reservoirs, basically the place where it would be found, right now. And then one advantage of is that it can be transported to one place to another by the help of pipelines. It is easy to transport also, as you can see over here, by the gas pipelines it can be transported from one place to another. Even from one country to another it is transported in this manner. Another thing is that it does not have any odor, it is invisible, and it is lighter than air. So these are the characteristics of natural gas. Okay, what are the uses of natural gas? So earlier, in the 19th and 20th century, it was mainly used for lighting purpose, used in street and household lighting. But now it has lot more uses in our homes and in the industrial areas as well. Not just used as a lighting, but used for some other purposes also, right? So, for example, it is used to turn turbines for wind and solar energy generation. Like the wind turbines, initially it has to be given a push until it comes into the natural rotation due to air. Initially it has to be moved a little bit, so thereby also it would be used to turn the turbines for wind. Getting it now? For obtaining wind energy, right? Or
Yes.
it was used for in the solar energy generation also. It would be somehow it would be used there as well, right? Furthermore, this natural gas is used for the production of ammonia also, which is used for making fertilizers. So there also natural gas is being used. Also, it serves well as a domestic fuel. It serves very well as a domestic fuel. So it would be used for used in the stoves right now to cook the food, to boil the water, etc. And it runs heaters, ovens, and boilers, etc. So that is the use of natural gas. Furthermore, this natural gas is it would be stored in the compressed state. First, it will be compressed and then it would be stored. So first, it would be compressed under high pressure, and then it will be converted into a liquid. Because when you compress the gas, then it turns into liquid. Getting it what I'm saying? When you compress the
Yes, sir.
gas, then it is converted into liquid. Then it can be stored in the cylinders, just like LPG is stored. So thereby, CNG can also be stored in the same manner in the cylinders like this. Then it can be either used in the vehicle or either used in household for heating purposes, for cooking purposes as well. Advantages of using the natural gas is that usually it is not that expensive, although the price might vary from one place to another, but usually it is cheap and it is a environmental friendly alternative to other fuels which we have. Getting it now? Another thing is that this CNG, it cannot be used in heavy vehicles like tractors or that there it cannot be used. So it is used in low load vehicles requiring high fuel efficiency. So in smaller vehicles this can be used as a fuel right now, where high fuel efficiency is required, meaning that in a small auto rickshaw, for example, there the CNG can be used. In a small passenger vehicle of 4 to 5 persons, there this is used as a fuel. Also, it is a environment friendly fuel because it does not releases any harmful gases upon burning. Got this now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope that is clear. So here we have finished the chapter. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. Just let me clear this. Then we are going to do some questions also. So we have finished the chapter. Let me just give a quick recap of the chapter. Okay, now that would be better. And then we would be doing some questions. Okay. All right now. So in the chapter so far, we have learned so many things. We have learned various things in the chapter so far. So we did learn about resources first of all. Then we learned that we have man-made resources or we have natural resources. Natural resources could be exhaustible or inexhaustible both. So we learned that resources like forest, coal, or like natural gas or petroleum, these are exhaustible natural resources that can be that are more likely to be exhausted by various human activities. Then we have air, water, soil that are inexhaustible natural resources that their quality can be degraded, but their um, availability in the nature, it cannot be completely used up. Got this now? So we learned that.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we learned about fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas. These are the three main fossil fuels which we have right now. And talking about coal, we learned that it is a black or brownish black hard combustible substance, and it would be formed due to the process of carbonization over the millions of years. We did learn about the composition of coal, that coal contains some mainly coal contains carbon. Apart from carbon, it contains a small amount of nitrogen, a small amount of sulfur, oxygen, etc. And coal is obtained through the process of mining. And mining, we have two types of mining, generally open mining and we have surface mining and tunnel mining, right? So we did learned about that. Then we learned about different types of coals also based on the percentage of carbon found in it. So there we have learned that we have peat, lignite, you have bituminous or bituminous coal, and then you have the coal of the purest coal. What is the name of the purest type of coal? In which almost 90% of carbon will be found. Yes, that has a very shiny black color. Yes, Aisha, Weiger.
So what is the question?
The question is that what is the purest form of coal? Purest form of coal. Like I have tell you,
Coke.
no, that's a different purest form of carbon. That's the purest form of
Oh
carbon.
yeah, okay.
So we have namely 4 or 5 types of coal now: peat, lignite, bituminous or subbituminous, and then anthracite is also there.
Yes, sir.
So which one is the coal which would contain around 90% of carbon in it? That is
Anthracite.
anthracite, right now. Okay. Then we did learn about destructive distillation of coal also. Who will explain destructive distillation of coal? Yes, you guys explain destructive distillation of coal. Question is asked on this topic. Take help of this diagram, and Aisha is starting from you. Define destructive distillation of coal.
The process of heating coal in the absence of air.
To obtain useful products, right now, is called
Yes, sir.
as destructive distillation of coal. So on heating the coal in the absence of air, coal produces mainly 3 products. What are the 3 products that you obtain?
Coke,
Hmm?
coal tar,
Yes, and
coal gas.
then you obtain coal gas. Very good. So these are the 3 main products. Okay. Talking about coke. So coke is obtained in a powder form, in a, like it is a not a powder form, I would say, but it is the almost pure form of carbon, right now. And
Yes, sir.
approximately it will contain around 98% of carbon. This coke contains around 98% of carbon in it. Getting it now? Then you
Yes, sir.
guys saw this video as well. Talking about their uses, tell me what are the uses of coke, Vaiga?
So for which one?
Coke, this one, the one that you see in this
Okay,
image.
so like coke is used in like manufacture like artificial graphite.
Artificial
graphite.
artificial graphite.
Yes, sir.
Artificial graphite, what is that?
So like I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. Okay,
And then
anyways,
it's
continue further.
okay, sir. And it's also like used for like manufacturing steel and some metals, extraction of some metals.
Very good. Right now, particularly extraction of iron, okay, na? And
Yes, sir.
manufacture of steel, right now. So there it would be also be used, right? Okay. And is it a better fuel than coal? Coke, is it a better fuel than coal? Although it is obtained from coal, but is it a better fuel than coal or not, Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Is coke a better fuel than coal? Is this coke better fuel than this coal? If yes, how? If no, why?
So can I
Rakesh.
just use this room?
Okay, okay. Yes, Aisha. How coke is a better fuel than coal? How is it better?
Uh, Coke produces more heat on burning than coal.
Right now. So
Coke has
coke.
a
Continue.
calorific value.
It has high calorific value. Very good. Right now. So since coal will contain carbon, along with carbon, there will be lots of impurities in it also. While coke would almost contain 98% of carbon, so thereby it is almost pure form of carbon, and hence it will burn very cleanly and will not produce any smoke on burning. Right now, so that is the thing. Okay, talking about the coal tar, what are the uses of the coal tar that we obtain here? Yes, Aisha. We did learn it's a dark, black, thick, oily liquid which has got a very unpleasant smell. Huh? And we did learn that it contains lots of substances in it. Almost about 200 different chemical substances are found in the coal tar, using which you can make so many products like inks or dyes or detergents can be made using coal tar. Um, Also some of more things. You tell me, what are other things which we learned about coal tar? Yes, Aisha. Why are you back in the class?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what are the uses of coal tar apart from the one that you see in this image?
So like it is a mixture of like 200 substances, and
Hmm.
uh, it's used to make like perfumes, drugs,
Hmm.
plastics,
Hmm.
and the photographic
Film,
material. Yeah.
photographic film, right now. Also, like dyes or to make detergents or naphthalene balls or
Yes, sir.
insecticides, all of that can be used. Apart from the uses like medicine, metalling of roads, or using it as a paint also, right? Okay. Then we did also learn about coal gas also. So mention the use of coal gas, Aisha. Aisha, I guess I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's used for lightening.
Hmm.
It's used for heating.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's it.
it's
That's all the function of coal gas we have right now. Earlier, it was used for street lighting, but nowadays it is used as an industrial fuel to generate heat. Okay, now. Then we did learn of some of the important facts about the coal also. Right now, also like one more important thing, like the industrial revolution, which is started in the early 18th century. It was based on the use of coal. Now, the industrial revolution, which basically started in the 18th century, will was it possible without coal? Was industrial revolution possible without coal? Yes, Aisha, Vaiga. Hmm? Of course, no, isn't it?
No.
in the 18th century, what type of engines were being running? Railway engines. They were steam engines. Coal was used to power the steam engines now. But then we see that burning of coal had major drawbacks, because when coal is burned, it would be producing carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and gases like sulfur dioxide also. Apart from that, it releases so many unburned carbon particles also. And we know that gases like nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide, they are responsible for acid rain, isn't it? Okay. Vaiga, you tell me, the word petroleum is made up of two words. They are derived from, they are Latin
Yes, sir.
words. And what do they mean? What are the two words and what do they mean?
Okay, so Petra, it's like rock,
Hmm.
and oleum, it's oil.
Hmm.
So basically,
They
it's rock
basically rock
rock
oil.
oil.
Very good. Oil found trapped between two rocks. What type of rocks? Is it igneous or sedimentary? That is sedimentary rocks. Okay, now it is found
Okay,
between
sir.
particularly found in sedimentary rocks. Okay. One more thing, like mining of coal has got so many um, impacts. It has got health impacts on the miners also. On the health of miners also, it will have so many problems to them also. So it's a dangerous activity. Mining of the coal is a dangerous activity. Sometimes it can be disastrous. If there is a fire in the coal mine, all the people would lost their lives right now. Also, coal mining has got some adverse effects on the environment also. Huh? Like it destroys the soil profile of that area, it destroys the wildlife habitat of that area. Huh? It disturbs the topography, meaning the physical feature of that area is also disturbed. So it has got lots of problem. Apart from that, person who would be who are working in a coal mine, almost all of them, almost 95% of them are diagnosed with some chronic conditions like chronic lung diseases are found in them right now. Particularly there's a disease called as black lung disease. Black lung disease is usually found in the coal miners. Getting it now? Black lung disease, keep that in mind. So it's a disease that would be particularly happens due to exposure of coal dust right now, as they would be working, as they would be mining the coal. So lots of coal dust would be coming out from that. Getting it, guys? So that would lead to coal dust, black lung disease. Is that clear to both of you?
Yes, sir.
Then we did learn about petroleum and how it is formed. All those things we have learned. What are the important places in India where coal reserves are found? So, namely, we have some the important places like Mumbai High is the oil refinery. You all would have seen its images as well. Like maybe I
Yes,
have
sir.
one image of it over here. Yeah, the one that you see over here. This one, that is of a that is of Mumbai High. It's a oil refinery in the middle of the in not in the middle, but lying in the lying close to the coast of Mumbai, I would say Maharashtra right now, lying close to that. Then, where in India for the first time oil refinery was developed, oil was found for the first time in India at which place? Aisha, you tell me this.
Assam.
Assam, right now. Makum, a place in Assam. Good. In the world, where was it found for the first time? Vaiga, where was it oil well dug for the first time?
Sir, in USA.
In USA. The name of the place is Pennsylvania. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
keep that in mind.
Pennsylvania.
Okay, so we did learn about coal formation also. So it was formed from remains of very tiny animals and plants that lived in the seas and died millions of years ago. So gradually, after their body died, after they died, their bodies sank over and it got buried at the bottom of the seas. Over the time, they were covered with layers of sand, silt, and clay. And in the absence of air, So anaerobic bacteria would decompose their body. Enormous amount of pressure developed over the course of millions of years. They were exposed to enormous amount of heat. So they formed layers right now. So these layers of decomposing organisms gradually converted into petroleum and natural gas. Got this now?
Yes, sir.
Then we did learn about refining of this also. In refining, the principle is that different fractions of the petroleum have got different boiling temperature. Different components have got different boiling temperature. Like as the temperature of the crude oil is about 20 degrees Celsius, LPG gas would come out from that right now. So different components have got different boiling temperature, and we learned about that. We learned about the uses of different components of the petroleum. Like liquefied petroleum gas, it is used for home and industry, used in home and industry for burning purposes, like that. For cooking purposes, it is used. Right. We did learn about petrol, diesel, etc. We did learn about that. One particular product obtained from refining of petroleum is bitumen, that is used in metalling, and it is used as paint also. Okay. Furthermore, burning of petroleum also has got some impact on the environment. Petroleum, like the extraction of petroleum itself is a very risky thing. It has got some, it leads to some effect in the environment. Like drilling of petroleum can cause disturbance in the aquatic ecosystem. Like when drilling is being done, so that will disturb the aquatic system or not? You guys tell me. Like this drilling which is being done in the middle of this ocean, it will be problematic for the organisms living in that area. That would be
Yes, sir.
disturbing the aquatic ecosystem, right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes what if there's a oil spillage? What oil were to spill in that area? Right now, so we know that oil being lighter in density, it floats above the water, and also it spreads. So it will spread in a wide area, and that will lead to that will furthermore disturb the aquatic organisms living in that area. Now sometimes the tanks in which petroleum is stored, huh? What if that were to explode? What if that were to leak? That's also a risky thing. Getting it now? Now, the burning of petroleum itself releases so many pollutants in the environment. Like it would release carbon dioxide, it would release gases like nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and some other things as well. So that is also one aspect of petroleum which we learned. Okay. Then we learned about the organization PCRA also. So, Vaiga, you tell me what is the function of, first of all, tell me the full form of PCRA. Yes. And Aisha, you will tell me when was this organization founded?
So what's the question?
What is PCRA? PCRA. Aisha, you can answer if you know the full form of PCRA.
Petroleum Conservation Research Association.
Research Association. Very good. Okay, na? When was it formed? When was it established in India? In the year, yes, 1978. Okay. In the year 1978. Okay, na? Its role we have discussed at. Natural gas also we will discuss various things about it. Now it's time to do some questions. Okay, now. So let's do one thing. I'm going to appoint the questions to you guys, and let us do these.
Okay, sir.
So question number 1, Vaiga, you will answer. Question number 2, Aisha, you will answer like this. Vaiga, then Aisha, Vaiga, then Aisha, like this. Okay.
Okay, sir. So question number 1 is me, right?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
marked it also.
Okay, sir. Various materials which are obtained from nature are called natural resources. Which of the following is not a natural resource? Plastic. Option D.
Yes. Aisha.
Sunlight.
Very good. Next, Vaiga.
So should I read the question?
Yeah, you can read or directly
Okay,
answer
sir.
it.
Okay, so
Mhm.
which of the following is a pair of exhaustible natural resources? Wildlife and minerals.
Very good. Wildlife and minerals. Good. Next, Aisha.
CNG.
Coal is processed in industries to get some useful products. Which of these is not obtained? CNG. Very good. Yes, Vaiga.
Uh, Exhaustible natural resources are option C, limited in quantity.
Limited in quantity. Good. Okay, Aisha. Then Vaiga like this.
Okay, sir.
Start answering.
Dead remains of living organisms.
Good. Vaiga.
Coal is formed from the remains of option C, animals only.
No. Coal. We are talking about coal. Coal is formed from the remains of vegetation
Animals.
only. No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, sir. Vegetation.
Okay, no worries. Yes, Aisha next.
Uh,
Sir, animals was for petroleum, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Petroleum, by the way, there are some tiny animals, tiny plants also that converts into petroleum. Okay, na? Hmm. Yes, Aisha.
coal.
That is cool. Good. Yes, Vaiga.
So once again, I just read the question.
Okay, okay. Meanwhile, Aisha, you can answer the next question if you know.
Coke.
Very good. So, coke is not a constituent of petroleum.
Okay, sir. Naphthalene balls are obtained from coal tar and are used as moth repellent.
Moth repellent. Very good. Okay, na? Okay. Petroleum was formed from organisms
Living in the sea.
living in the sea. Good. Yes, Aisha.
USA.
USA. Good. Vaiga.
So, coal tar,
Read the question again.
coal gas, coal gas. It
Coal
was used
gas.
for street lighting for the first time in London. Coal gas.
Mhm. Yes. Yes. Last question, Aisha.
200.
200. Very good. Some more questions are left to be